Hello everyone, my name is Larseth and welcome to... Well, I haven't really decided whether it's going to be a series yet. Probably won't be. It'll probably just be a few videos here and there. But a game I recommended during the Steam sales and was actually again recently on sale, and that is Banished. So what we'll do is we'll get into the game and then I'll sort of explain what it is as we go along. So we're going to begin a new game. You could pick loads of random... It's like auto-generated town names. So we're just going to go... Some of them are really strange and some of them are really actually good. I'm going to just keep clicking till I find one that sounds vaguely sort of okay. Andrewsburn, Gettensvik. Some of them are really strange. Let's go for Hunterview for no particular reason. Map seed, a bit like Minecraft in the sense that, you know, you put in a selection of random numbers and it will come out with a certain thing. So what I'm going to go for is fair climax. I think that's pretty much normal. Disasters, that's stuff like pestilence and fires and stuff like that. Starting conditions, medium, that's normal. Your starting conditions, basically, it says here, how many people you have, include food, clothing, firewood, tools, etc. Terrain type just basically depends what sort of map you get. Like, mountains is obviously a lot more mountainous, so it's a bit harder to actually plan out your city and stuff like that. Valleys, a little less so, but obviously valleys, you know, there's enough building space, but within a valley, so you have to get to the other side of the valley, so it's building tunnels and stuff. Terrain size, I'm just going to go large, because I think that's the map size. And we'll click OK and see where it takes us. So this game is essentially you build a city or a town or a village. I suppose it's probably closer to a town. And, you know, you're in charge of pretty much every single aspect of its management. So we're going to pause it immediately. I haven't played this in a long time, so forgive me if I'm a bit rusty or I do stupid things. Which is the main reason I'm probably not going to make it a series. So in the options menu, we're going to currently turn on a load of bits and pieces which give us information about what's going on in the town. Map of the area. I don't normally use the map. Assign jobs to citizens. So basically, you get all of these. You start off with these citizens and this stockpile and this barn, and you have to build a load of bits and pieces. And you can assign them jobs, basically. And the whole point about this game and what makes it challenging is that you gradually grow your town. You have to make sure that all of the supply chains can actually... Like, you don't have any control over your citizens reproducing, in the sense that you don't have any control over, you know, sort of the speed or how many kids people have. It's largely down to how much space there is. So it's sort of a pseudo control you have. So like if you build a load of houses thinking, oh yeah, cool, that's fine, and then suddenly your population explodes, but you can't feed them, you'll all starve to death or stuff like that. So it's a bit weird. But it's a very, very good game. Resource limits, that's basically how many of each resource, you know, you will hold at maximum, which is useful because there's some stuff like logs, stone, you probably want lots of, but there are some stuff you probably don't want much of, at least to start with. I probably want 150. Food, I normally just set as high as possible. Herbs is probably about... Herbs you use for medicine and stuff like that, because people can get sick in this game as well. And then alcohol, like in most games, is for recreation. And I think that's about it for the options menu. So you have tons of different building options, but the first thing we're going to go for is, where is it? Removal and destruction tools. Harvest trees. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our laborers to... I'm trying to remember what the controls are for the speed. We're going to get our laborers to go out there and get some... chop down all these trees. Now, at the moment, you start off in this game, you always start off in early spring. And the seasons, obviously, as they go by, change. So in early spring, it is already snowing, which is not ideal. So I'm going to build some dirt roads, I think. It's already snowing, and what you have to do in this game is sort of plan out your... I don't want that speed, I want one down. You have to sort of plan out all of your, you know, city design, also to make it like efficient in terms of where people go and stuff like that. What I'm going to do immediately is build some wooden houses. I'm trying to remember what the shortcuts are for rotating. I'll have to have a look in the options menu. Where's the options menu? Let's have a look. Options. Input. Rotate. Rotate will be in here somewhere. It's got to be. R and T. Makes sense. Except that's fine. Yeah. So what we're going to do first is also build a road down the middle here. And we're going to pop some houses here. So that should be enough, because I think you start off with what, like a few 5 families or something, and they should all fit. So what you have to do now is, this is a bit where we'll actually start assigning people to jobs. So you'll see down here for builders, it says we need 8 to complete the current amount, and we've currently got 10 labourers. Obviously children don't count because we're not into child labour, so we're going to assign 5 people to building. So the labourers and the builders will start taking stuff from this stack and popping it into these things. What we'll also do is tell them to collect some stone. So we want all this stone, and they'll go and put in the what's it called, in the stockpile. And what we also need to start doing is thinking about food production. Now you could do farms, you could do cattle, you could do fishing, hunting, stuff like that. Early game, or you could also do orchards as well, sorry, which I guess sort of comes under farming, sort of. Early game, normally the best thing to do is to hunt. Of course, the issue we have here is that would be perfect over there, but we need to build a bridge to actually get across there. There is no problems with... Yeah, let's build a bridge there, I think. There's no problems with, like, research in this game. Like, you don't have to research anything. It's all available to you right at the beginning, which is quite good. I quite like that. Let's build that there. And set these guys to work. So once we've built this bridge, I think we're going to send... We're going to build some hunting... I think they're called... What are they called? They're not hunting lodges, are they? They are called hunting cabins and gatherers' huts as well. So we'll build them over there. But the important thing is there actually has to be a forest for them to do this in. So what you don't want to do is go chop down all of this forest and then don't point a hunting cabin there, because it won't do anything. So to maintain this, you want a forester lodge. And what they will do is they will manage an area and build loads of trees. Or maybe build loads of trees. That's not even a thing. So they will gather wood, and they will also replenish the wood. So they're really good to have, like, in the middle of cities and stuff like that. So the reserve of firewood is low. So this is another thing. Is that you have to manage firewood production. Can we fit this guy behind there? I think we can, so we're going to fit him there. So what firewood does is, as you might sort of expect or work out, is that in the right line? Yeah, it is. As you might expect, it heats houses. And currently we are building wooden houses. You can get stone houses. They cost a lot more, but they require I mean, they obviously cost stone, but they don't require as much to actually build. Sorry, they don't require as much firewood to maintain, which is obviously a good thing. We don't have any other jobs that need doing, so I think it's just these labourers. So if we don't have any labourers doing anything else, what I think we're going to do is set them to harvest some trees, because currently, well, actually, we probably need, well, we need a bit of both. We need some stone, so we'll get this, all this stone here first, and put that, bump that to 10. Otherwise, it'll be sat here for ages watching them not really do a great deal. You can see here the event log. So somebody grew up to be an adult and is now working as a labourer. That's why we've got 11 in total rather than 10. And it also gives you a load of other pop-ups. So you can see once this is built, we will assign somebody to be a, what they come under? Woodcutter. Is it woodcutter I think they come under? There we go. So somebody will be a woodcutter. And what they will do is they will get logs and they will go and cut them up and then put them back as firewood. Of course, what we actually need is some trees or some wood. So we're going to harvest this section here just to get us some wood in the interim. Is that all built? No, that's not built. Not even close. I'm going to set... So now we only need 2 builders, so I'm going to set it down to 2. So now we've got 8 labourers. So labourers are the people generally who move stuff around, carry stuff, etc. Oh, somebody died of starvation, which isn't ideal. I didn't realise we literally had no food. Oops, dear. So what we need to do is pop a hunting cabin over here. And probably a gatherer's hut. And let's assign a load of people to build. And I wonder if we can manage to see... Where is it? Because I haven't played this game so long, and there's every chance I will kill my people pretty much instantly. Which is obviously not the intended thing, but, you know. I'm trying to find... There we go, it's the gap in between... There we go, that's the gap between the buildings. So we'll run that down. And do that. There we go. So hopefully these guys will all come across and start building. So otherwise they're going to be running out of food pretty damn fast. So that shouldn't take them too long to build, hopefully. Because we've got enough resources for everything, I think. Reserve of logs is getting lower, but there should be enough there to build them all. Yeah, there's plenty. Yeah, so you can click on buildings. You can also set priorities for buildings. As we're not building anything else at the moment, it doesn't really matter. Oh dear, everyone's dying of starvation. No! No! That is not good. So it might be that we have to restart this. Oh dear. So it is, like, obviously I am being a total noob at the moment. I'm going to actually get rid of my wood, pull my woodcutter away and send him to be a labourer and stuff like that to help. Because we desperately need food. It's still salvageable. Still salvageable. It's still fine. I'm going to set more people to be builders than we actually need. Because what that'll do is hopefully finish it off a bit sooner. Without anyone else dying of starvation, which would be nice. Right, so I'm going to get rid of all my builders. and 3 hunters and 4 gatherers, so we can get as much wood as humanly possible. Because what they also need to do is these guys here will need to be taking the resources back all the way to here. So a good way of getting around that is to, or at least I think it's a good way around that. It might well not be a good way around that. Is to build like a stockpile next to them, if I could find where a stockpile is on here. I think it's this one. Yeah. So stockpile right next to them. It doesn't have to be that big. Because what you could do then is if you build a stockpile, is people will, these guys will dump their stuff there. And then if you use what are called marketplaces, they will come and collect the food from there, put the food in the marketplace and then distribute it from there. Luckily, we now have some food. So we got off to a bit of a poor start, if I'm honest. We'll turn the speed down a little bit. We probably should hire another woodcutter. Another thing we do need to do is do a forestry lodge, which we will build right here. Because what that'll do is he'll basically go around this area, chop down trees and replant new ones. Sort of maintains the health of the forest, if you will. Luckily, we're now having people becoming adults again, so all is well. Oh dear. Dearie me. So now it's, oh god, late autumn, so it does go really fast in this game. Although I have had it on 10 speed, so that might explain it. We luckily have got enough space for people in terms of housing. How are we going to do... I'm trying to remember what I am... there we go, we got more people becoming adults. I'm trying to remember what everything does, because I haven't played this in so long. It's quite hard to get back into it. Because I think it's like 2 years I haven't played this in. So that guy's ran out of wood to make... to cut stuff. So he's ran out of wood to cut to produce firewood. Luckily we've got 252, so that's not a bad amount of firewood. Let's turn the speed up a little, because I want them to come and do this. Where's the priority? Dewberry. Prioritize that over whatever the hell else you're doing. I'm not sure what you're doing. Okay, so they actually need more logs, so that's a very good point. I'm a bit of a fool. Harvest trees. So I'm actually just going to harvest the trees in this area because we might end up building here. Because what they'll then do is hopefully plonk all these trees in this stockpile. And then they will use them to build this forester lodge. There we go. So we've now assigned 2 builders who will hopefully come and build this. Hopefully. We also need to put a herbalist's hut down here, who will, you know, farm herbs, well, not farm, go and gather herbs, which will in turn be used, there we go, which will in turn be used, oh dear, there goes timer, as sort of medicine. So this is a nice little sort of microcosm, like working away nicely. You can see this is what mini trees look like, or saplings. You can see they grow ever so slowly. Obviously we've got it on like 5 speed, so that explains that. We don't need anyone working here just yet, because I think we're okay for that. Food production. Generally speaking, fishing docks are not all that useful. But they're better to have than not, so I may end up just popping one down like here, something like that. Yeah, that might not be such a bad idea. Another good thing to do, and that I probably will do, is put people's houses next to where they work. So, like, if I pop a house there, a family will go and move in there. Because the more efficient you are in terms of pathing, the better everything runs, the more smoothly it runs. So that's always a good thing. I think we're doing okay. I mean, we survived the winter. The winter is normally the thing that's the biggest pain because, you know, everyone gets killed off, pretty much. Luckily, we've got an okay amount of food coming in. So what I will do is I will pause the game here and I will end the episode, I think. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I find it quite a relaxing but interesting game to play, and I hope you find the same. So I will end the episode here, and in next episode, well, I'll probably just keep recording. It's, you know, I enjoy playing it, so why not? We might as well just keep making episodes of it. Thank you very much for watching, and I will speak to you in the next episode. Take care.